Changed your name after marriage, divorce, adoption, or other legal reasons, and now need to update your Indian passport while living in the US. In this video, I'll walk you through the entire process step by step using VFS Global, the official service provider for Indian passport renewal in the USA. First, figure out what kind of name change you've had. This will determine the documents you need. Name change after marriage, name reversion after divorce, spelling correction or legal name change via court or gazette, adding or removing a middle or last name. The next step is to fill out a government application form for a name change. Google how to renew an Indian passport in the USA after a name change, and then click on the Indian Consulate website, and then click on the VFS Global website. It will open the Passport Services webpage. You can apply by mail or by appointment, or use Tatkal Seva. In this video, we will apply by mail. The first step is to fill out a government form, then gather mandatory documents, and finally pay the fees and mail the application package to one of the consulates that fall in your jurisdiction. Click on the link in Step 1. Select the USA. You need to register first to fill out the form. Select your consulate and fill out the form, then register. Then log in. Now select Apply for Ordinary Passport Application for Reissue of Passport. You need to fill out a 9-page application. The first page is passport type. Select the reissue of passport and then change in existing personal particulars, and then select one or more options. We will select, in this video, the surname. Select normal processing of the application. I covered the Tatkal processing and documents required in a separate video. Select whether you want a 36-page or 60-page passport booklet. The second page is about the applicant's personal details. If you have ever used other names before or changed names before this application, if yes, provide your previous first and last names. If you never had an Aadhaar card issued, then select No in the box. The next page is about providing family details. You do not need to live in India to apply for a name change in the US. Next is your address details. You must provide a valid Indian address for police verification, along with your current US address. You can use your parents' or any relative's address who is currently living in India. You also need to provide proof of your new Indian address if it differs from the address printed in your previous passport. Make sure to properly respond to all alerts. Next, provide emergency details. You should provide your husband or a close friend or relative living in the US. Next, provide your previous passport details. Next is providing your criminal background. Answer all the questions truthfully. This is the preview of your passport. Make sure all the information is correct. If you need to correct any information, then click back and edit the information. Otherwise, click Next. The last page of the application form is the review of your application. Again, make sure all the information is correct. Click on I agree and write the city and state in the place box from where you are filling out the application, and finally submit the application. It will generate a PDF. Take the printout of the PDF that you need to sign and send it to VFS along with supporting documents. Next step is to gather the required and supporting documents. You have completed the online government form. Now it's time to collect the mandatory and supporting documents. Click on the link next to Step 2. Select Reissuance of the passport from the drop-down menu. The processing time is around 3 weeks from the submission. These are the fees for reissuing the passport with a name change. In this video, we will review the documents needed for a name change for adults, mostly after marriage, divorce, or remarriage after the death of the first husband. Fill out the top panel on each page. The first mandatory document is the printout of the form that you submitted online in Step 1. you need to sign the form on pages 1 and 4 and affix a passport-size photo. You will need 2 passport-size pictures. One will be affixed on the government form and the other on the change of appearance form. Click on the link to learn about the specifications of the photo. Next, send your original Indian passport as well as photocopies of the informational pages of the passport. Next is the affidavit for the change of appearance. Click on the link to download the affidavit template. Select Has Not in both appearance and signature, as you are only requesting a change in the name. Affix a photo here and don't forget to sign and notarize. Next is Annexure E. Click on the link to download the form. Next, you need to provide valid legal status in the US. Usually accepted documents are a visa, green card, EAD, or I-797A approval. Make sure to get a color photocopy and notarize it. Next, provide a colored photocopy of proof of your current address in the US. Usually accepted documents are a valid driver's license or state ID. If your driver's license doesn't have your current address, then use your utility bill, lease, or mortgage papers with your current address and get it notarized. We will talk about the fee payment in the next section. Now, the supporting documents. If you are changing your name after marriage, then provide a marriage certificate. Make sure you register your marriage in India and get the certificate. If you do not have a marriage certificate, then take your wedding picture signed by both husband and wife and get it notarized. If you are changing your name after divorce, then provide the divorce or dissolution of marriage court order copies. And in case of remarriage after the first husband's death or divorce, then provide the death certificate or divorce papers and the remarriage certificate. Next, provide a notarized affidavit of name change. Click on the link to download the affidavit template. Next, provide evidence of your Indian address. You will need to self-attest the photocopy. Click on the link above in the card to learn how to self-attest the document. Now, these documents are condition-based. If you are requesting a change in your parents' name in your passport, or if you have advertised the name change after marriage in the newspaper in India, or if there is a court order for name change, or your birth certificate or your birth date is printed wrong on your passport or birth certificate. Finally, sign the checklist and attach one copy with the documents to be sent to VFS. These are the common mistakes that often lead to application rejections. Please review them carefully to ensure you're not making the same errors. Next step is to pay the fees. You have completed the form and collected the documents. Now it's time to pay the fees. Click on the link next to step 3. You need to register first and then log in. Select Create New Application, then select your consulate where you will be sending the application package, and select Reissuance or Fresh Passport from the Main and Fresh Passport from the application categories. I would highly recommend using a credit or debit card so that you can use the VFS courier service. Now click Add Customer, and then write your ARN number from the government form you filled in step 1. Fill out the rest of the form. Choose the VFS provided FedEx courier service. Click on Additional Services and uncheck SMS and photo services unless you want SMS updates. Only select photo services if you are applying on-site. Based on your selections, including whether you've chosen Tatkal Seva, your final fees will be displayed. Click Continue and validate your mailing address on the next screen. Accept the terms and conditions and confirm the application. In the next screen, make the payment using your credit or debit card. Once payment is confirmed, your FedEx label will then be generated. Print out the FedEx label and the receipt. Also, print the email receipt. Before we post the application, let's go over the mandatory checklist. First is the printout of your application form. Don't forget to sign it. Then 2 passport-size photos. affix 1 in the application form and 1 in the change of appearance form. Send the original Indian passport and photocopies of its informational pages. Notarized copy of Affidavit of Change of Appearance. Annexure E, proof of valid status in the U.S., such as a green card, visa, etc. Proof of address in the U.S., such as a driver's license or state ID. Marriage or divorce certificates based on your condition for name change. Affidavit for name change. Receipt of payment of the fee-signed copy of the checklist and email confirmation of the application. The final step is to post the application and supporting documents. Click on the link above in the card to find out your jurisdiction and the consulate where you should send your application package. Use only FedEx envelope. If you use any other envelope, then an extra fee will be charged. Glue or firmly tape the FedEx label to your package and drop it off at a designated FedEx location. You should track your application. You can track your application using the VFS tracking number or the Passport Seva portal. Enter your ARN number and birth date to access the status of your application. Once processed, your new passport and original documents will be shipped back to you. I hope this video made your passport renewal journey simple and stress-free. If you have questions, drop them in the comments and I'll do my best to help. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who might need it. See you next time with more helpful step-by-step guides.